Welcome to MMC 23. Oh, who's here, Markus? Good
Yes,
to
it's
have
me,
you
it's
here, Markus.
Markus.
Yeah, you remember we had the program Markus and Ulrik from the caravan with Mette and Gustav sitting in the technic room. And right now, Markus is back.
Yes.
But I wonder, Markus, he should be in PNG. We are making the program with Markus. He's on the ship.
Yeah, that's right. I'm in PNG.
Oh, so you're not Markus.
What?
Valter.
I'm not Markus.
Okay, I want to present my friend, Swedish friend from Sweden. Oh, that was deep, eh?
Yes.
Yeah, but Valter, he's a young guy that did his DTS here, and he's now MMC host with me.
Sir. Yeah.
And we are looking forward to have a lot of fun, and then we'll bring in Markus from PNG.
Yeah.
So is Markus, can we see Markus?
Yes.
Yeah, we can.
Yeah, Markus
He's
is right
here
there.
on the screen. Could you say hello, Markus, and then we kick you out?
Hello, I am here, and if it's a bit dark, it's because it's in the middle of the night, but I am with you guys, yes?
So you are suffering for the program, eh? Paying a price to be here. What time did you get up this morning then?
4 o'clock, but
4 o'clock.
it's a small price to pay to be part of such a great program.
Yeah.
And great people.
Oh yes, great company.
We're so glad to have you, Markus. We're looking forward to hear what you have to say later.
And we'll come back to you. But right now, we get you off and we get you in again later. Bless you. See you later. Yes.
All right.
What can we expect from today?
Yeah, why don't you start? What is an MMC, Ulrik? It's been some time since you guys did this.
Every time we talked about it, I forgot about what it was, but I think I can it actually today. Normally that was Markus Park, was to remember the things, but I think it was something about mobile mission connection. It's actually written on the screen. That's nice.
That's right.
So that's probably for me. That's good. So it's actually about connecting with people, real people out in the mission field and somehow. So today, Markus, he is not the host here, but we are connecting with him because he kind of shifted gear a bit and he went on to PNG and he's on a boat there and we want to talk more about that with him. Yeah. But it is about, we have connected with Cicero in Brazil that has been on the streets before and came into YWAM project there. We have been having also Ton Sampaio from Brazil.
Right, yeah.
He spoke about the scent. That program, we had people coming in from Norway, I think, too. The national leader, Andreas Norli, and some people from up there. What else have we done?
We've done some more things, but
yeah, I think so. But anyway, I have you can just check it out on YouTube channel, YWAM Denmark. Nice. Then you'll see them, and you can go through them again and again and again, as many times as you want. Eh?
They're really good, really good.
Quality
yeah, no, but
streaming.
an MMC is basically a live stream or a kind of discussion where you can come as you are and just kind of relax. It's very relaxed format and very casual. Where
I thought we were formal. We are not.
Oh, sorry, they didn't tell you.
We are casual. Okay, that's
yeah, very casual, very relaxed, having a bit of fun, and talking about what God is doing in the world and what great people such as Markus is doing in the mission field. Yeah, so that's about it.
I think that's time for a video, isn't it?
Whoa, what day is it today, by the way?
Oh yeah, we have that. But it's the
26th of January.
23. What's special about that?
Yeah, well, so the 26th of January is a very, very special day. It is the day when there was a diamond, a beautiful, beautiful diamond, this size. Can you see?
So that's the actual size.
Yeah, this is the actual size.
And that's made for this occasion, actually.
Yes.
Yeah.
And this is of course not the real one.
No, because we will not dare to be here with a real diamond of that size.
Just some fun facts. It was found in 1905, so a little bit more than 100 years ago. It weighs 3,106 carats, or 621.35 grams.
Wow.
And it's the largest diamond they've ever found. The original diamond was broken down into several different stones, and the largest one is called the Great Stone of Africa, and it's the one set in the royal scepter, as you can see here on the screen, and it's part of the British crown jewels.
Wow, that was a good fact for today.
Yeah.
So I learned something. That's good.
No.
Thank you, Valter, for enlightening me.
You are welcome. So
now it's not time for video, no?
Yeah, I mean that's on the program. We're gonna talk with Markus a little bit more later, but just as a teaser, here is a video on YWAM ships, which is the organization that Markus is doing his internship at. So here's a video. Sit back, enjoy, and we'll be right back with you.
Don't be afraid, we'll be back.
My name is Victor. I come from Papua New Guinea. I love my country. It is so beautiful and so diverse. We are known as the land of the unexpected, the least explored country on earth. We are made up of many different tribes, each with their own traditions. Me and my people live in villages. We live in high mountains, jungles, rivers and the coast. Though we have much beauty, we are facing very big healthcare challenges. Many of our women die in childbirth. We have one of the highest rates in the world. TB has been declared as a national emergency. Our children are dying of preventable and treatable diseases. Many of us will never see a dentist in our lifetime. Hundreds of thousands of people have low vision or no vision at all.
Makasi had been blind for 10 years. Her and her family heard about the ship being in their area and paddled in their canoe for 2 weeks to see if there was anything that we could do for her eyesight. After a 45-minute operation, her sight was restored to perfect vision. She saw her 3 children for the very first time that day. She went from someone that was downcast, that had no hope in her face, to someone that had light in her eyes, someone that had hope and excitement for her future.
It's so amazing what happens when the ship first comes into a village. All the men, the women, the children, they all gather along the shores and they start singing, start dancing. The ship is more than bringing healthcare. It's really bringing life and really giving them hope for the future.
On board the ship, we have a day surgery unit, a laboratory, dental clinic, and lecture theatres, which allows us to bring specialized care right there to the people in the community, in the villages.
It is a partnership in the true sense, in that it is helping to assist and support and promote what is already contained in our national health plan, and working very much in collaboration with the existing health system.
The training element of the medical ship is very, very important. What that does, especially our health workers working in remote settings and those difficult settings, it empowers them, it strengthens them. It gives them that someone does care.
I've been involved now for over 30 years, and really it comes back to we want to help people, and so many people don't have the opportunity to have basic health care or training, and it's just such a privilege, because the true value, the true resource, the true gold that's within the nation of Papua New Guinea is its people.
My dream, I want to be a nurse. I want to help my people in this district and country.
One of the things I love most about the work of the ship is seeing young Papua New Guineans engaged. Seeing young, passionate Papua New Guineans from urban centres able to come out into a rural context, building their nation.
When I think of the message I want to live, it's like me liking life. I want life, and for you and for me is to have life and live it to the fullest.
We look despair in the eye and we say, you do not have the final word. We're people who have our fingerprints on a torch of hope. That's Papua New Guinean fingerprints, Australian fingerprints, fingerprints from all around the world that press forward because we want to live.
So arise, all sons of his land. Let us sing of our joys to be free. Papua New Guinea.
Now we are back.
Awesome video.
So good to see, and I will just try to add some words. I don't know. It's hard to add a lot on all these nice pictures, but I think what really caught my attention in this video is this lady that haven't seen her family, and a 45-minute surgery just enables her to see and meet her family for the first time. I think it's really beautiful, and I think YWAM Ships is about that. It's like a mercy ministry. It's something that we use the ship as a tool to reach people that's not able to be reached unless you go to all these small islands. And the YWAM ships is not the huge medical hospital ships. They are a little smaller, most of them. And most of them, or the biggest, are working with PNG. And that's lead us to the next participation of Markus in our program, eh?
Yeah.
Because we have a man, not just a man. We have the best.
We have the best
on the
guy,
field. A guy that we know, a guy that we love, a guy that we have worked together with.
Yeah.
He was staff on your DTS. I have been in Malawi with Markus. I've been on Faroe Islands with Markus. In the basement of YWAM with Markus. We have been many different places, and it's really always a pleasure to be around him.
Yeah.
He is a skilled man.
For sure. So many things.
He has a heart at the right place. And we are just so happy that we can actually link to a person that we know so well.
Yeah.
And we miss you, Markus. We just want you to know that.
We really do. Yeah. But Markus, he's doing something really interesting right now, right? You are on the ship Liberty in PNG or Papua New Guinea for an internship with your school, right?
Yes, thank you so much for that introduction. That was very nice to hear. Yes, I'm doing my internship in marine engineering here on the Liberty. So right now we're in Port Moresby, which is the capital of PNG, and we're doing dry dock. Hopefully we will go out sail soon, but it all depends on a lot of things because the ship has been idle for some time because of COVID and stuff. But we're preparing to launch again and get medical crew and get the ship up and running. I took the opportunity with my school to do an internship here, which was a bit of a process, and I wasn't really sure if it was going to work out, but I thought, hey, I'll give it a shot, and if it works out, it works out. If not, I'll find somewhere else to be. But I texted the guys in Kona after I went to an internship interview at a company in Denmark, and I'm not really sure what I wanted to do. And I talked with them, and they said, hey, you need to figure out what it is that you really want. And I was like, okay, what I really want is I want to work with YWAM, and I want to figure out a way to do that because I really missed it. And I thought, hey, I'll give them an email and see if it's possible. And then they wrote back that, oh yeah, for sure that's possible. And I was like, oh, really? Okay. So that's why I'm here right now. Just that it's possible. Yeah.
So good. Yeah, that's really nice. Yeah. It's really exciting, and I really like the idea, Markus, that you do an education, but you're also involved in mission at the same time. So I think one of the things that we hope we can be a part of with this MMC is actually inspire young people to look at, oh, maybe that's a possibility. I don't have to separate, just do education or just do missions. Maybe I can blend it. Maybe I can mix it, and I can actually make it work in a way where you work for a bigger good. So when we see the 4-minute video we just saw, what I kind of imagine is that if nobody's doing the job you do and the other practical people around at the crew at the boat or at the ship don't go anywhere. So it will not operate any eye, it will not help anyone. So when we look at the outcome, it's kind of being different members on a body, like we have the picture of body of Christ, and we cannot all be hands. We need to be different things to be able to do it in the right way. So I really see this as a beautiful picture of that.
Yeah, no, really, it's really inspiring just seeing how your heart for missions is still there. You see, you see and value something in yourself, so you want to pursue that in an education, but you still also see how you want to serve that and use that for the mission or for the Great Commission. Yeah, but could you just like give us a little bit of an overview, Markus? Like, what is it really that you're doing?
I have one practical question before.
Okay,
I
go
just
ahead.
want to have that clear. Where are you? Is that your room, Markus?
No, it's not my room. This
Have
room
you
is
kicked
way
out the
too big.
captain or something? It looked like a really nice place. Eh?
It is. I'm actually sitting in the wheelhouse,
Yeah,
or
that's what
the
I'm
bridge
seeing.
of the ship, because yeah, we live in small cabins, and I didn't think it was fair to my roommates to wake them up or kick them out at this hour.
At 4 in the
So I
morning.
just had to find a place where no one was, and there's no one on the bridge. So that's really lucky, and there's good aircon up here, which is also why I chose it.
So if you choose to do the same as Markus, you should not expect to have a room with air condition and big office and all that. Maybe air condition, I don't know, but
Yeah, air conditioned, sort of. It's not the best. There's other, yeah, I don't know. It's warm, but you can kind of feel, yeah, it's just warm. Let me just say that. But there is air conditioning.
Nice.
okay. Back to Valter's question. I'm
Yes.
sorry I
So
interrupted.
for us that aren't too aware of what you're doing, and just share a little bit of what is it that you do day to day on a daily basis.
Yeah, so I'm what they call an engine cadet here. So I help out in the engine room, and I basically I just do what I'm told. But it's anything, because we're in dry dock. There's so many things going on, and so many things we're taking apart. So it can change a lot what I'm doing. But so we're doing a service of basically all of the engine room things. There's a lot of piping going on, because a lot of pipes are rusting up because the salt water is pretty tough on them.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of taking out pipes, putting in new pipes, taking out valves, servicing valves. But there's also a lot of servicing some of the bigger engines for the general motor of water and the fire engine. And we recently also pulled out the pistons of our air compressor, because there's a guy that comes, a survey guy, they call him, that comes and has to inspect all of it. So he says, I want to look inside that engine, and they say yes, and then they pull everything apart, and he looks in and he's like, that looks okay, and then you put it back together.
Yeah.
So that's like one side, and then there's the other side. It's another guy, also a survey guy, that walks around and like with his yellow spray can, and everything he marks we have to change or replace.
Wow.
There's like pipes and places on the deck and stuff. And right now we're hoping to sandblast. There's something called the heli deck, where a chopper can land, because it was a science vessel. But YWAM don't have a chopper, so it's not really used for that. It's more like an open space. And then something called the final deck. They will sandblast that, and they're a bit afraid, so they want to do it pretty soon, because they're afraid that there will be lots of holes that they have to patch up. And that's the guy with the yellow spray can that will come around. So it's basically,
don't want him here in Denmark at Sjellebro, the guy with the yellow spray. That'll be terrible.
No.
Way too much work.
So basically, it's a lot of repair, it's a lot of maintenance, so the ship runs. And yeah, the survey guys, they come for the ship to be up to date, and it is a bit of an old ship, so there's also a lot of things that needs to be checked. And there's also been, I think we spent at least 2 weeks checking the tanks on the ship, because it was an old science and vessel that went to the North or South Pole, I don't remember, but where it was cold. So it can bring a lot of fuel with it. So there's a lot of fuel tanks, and all of those need to be inspected and dried out and opened, and you have to go in and look. And it's quite a process, because You want there to be clean air and stuff. Yes.
That actually led me to a question when you speak about fuel, because just to put it a little in perspective, how much fuel, say you go full speed for 24 hours, how much is the speed and how many liters of diesel would you use?
So full speed, I heard it's around 17 knot, which is quite much.
Like 31 kilometers per hour.
Yeah, it's very fast for a ship, but it's not the speed that we would sail with because it simply consumes way too much fuel.
No.
I think it's 20 ton plus in a day, I would say, probably. But the economical speed is 7 knots, 6 to 7 knots, and that is 10 tons of fuel a day for sailing.
So if you just put it in perspective, Markus, I don't know, I like to kind of think, so I'll just give me 5 seconds. Okay, if I go to Rome in Liberty, example, we go from Ranas and we go to Rome. I know we cannot go on the road and anything, but
Denmark to Italy.
If we go full speed, it'll be around 3.5 days or something. And it'll cost a little million Danish crowns in fuel or something like that. So probably not the best outreach opportunity.
Well,
we could get 50 people. How many can sleep on Liberty? 50?
61. I think 60.
Okay, then it's a bit cheaper. Okay, then it'll cost an outreach in Rome will cost around 36,000 Danish crowns, which is 5,000 euro. Just in fuel.
Per person, right?
Per person, yeah. So that's probably not. I think we stick with our minivan, bro. He goes a little cheaper. That'll cost. Yeah. But just to put it in perspective, it's a lot of fuel, man. A lot of fuel.
With that said, let's not buy a ship.
Yeah,
no.
For us, it's not the right thing. We'll wait a bit. And also, like, we are a little away from the sea and the harbor, so that's a problem too.
That's true.
Okay, back to Markus.
There's also a lot more maintenance and requirements to have a ship that I've been aware of since I came, because in the beginning I thought, like, oh, let's go on the ship, it'll be fun, we'll do a bit of work and we'll sail off. But there's a lot more official stuff, and everything is just in a lot bigger scale than you would imagine. Also, everything is just a bit of a hassle to get fresh water, to get fuel, to consume it, or like to preserve it, because you don't have like an unlimited amount of how long you can take your showers or stuff like that. We did have one day without fresh water. That was a tough day, especially here where it's so warm. You kind of want water to drink as a minimum. So there's a lot of things you need to be aware of, and a ship life is very different. Are
you ever off the ship, Markus?
Yeah, once in a while.
Okay, I'm just wondering, they don't have razor blades or something in the PNG?
Razor blades?
You have a nice barber. You look good.
But I actually yes, I don't get off very much. I have off on Sundays.
So how is your daily routine, Max?
Daily routine. I would wake up at 7. We have a meeting at 7 about what we need to do for the day, and then there's a bit of time to eat lunch, and then we work from 7 to 10. Then there's a small tea break, and then to lunch, and then we have an afternoon tea break, and then we finish work around 5. Unless there's more to be done, we continue to 7. That is when the last people from the dive will go home, and then there's a bit of social activities in the evening after dinner, and then we go to bed, wake up the next day, and do it all over.
Looking for the yellow marks, eh?
Yeah, and that's around 6 days a week. Saturday is is half a day or should be half a day. It's a bit 50-50. I have a bit of a hard time figuring that schedule out, but it seems like it's half a day, and Sunday is the day off.
Yeah. So how has it been for you? I mean, you probably came into this, you chose, I want to do my internship in PNG, I can do missions at the same time while I do my internship. And now you've been there for, it's 3 months or 3.5?
2.5.
2.5. Okay. How is the difference? Like, you say you've been doing a lot of practical things. Was that what you were expecting, or like, did you think you were gonna do more, maybe like evangelizing? Like, did you think that would be a part of it? And how has that been for you, kind of coming and readjusting your what your first initial thoughts were?
I haven't. I think I've done a lot of what I thought I would do. Actually, I knew this wouldn't be like a DTS outreach with ministry all day, ministry every day, and going out. So I think I was kind of ready for that. I knew it would be a lot of hard work, and I knew it would be a lot of practical work. So I think it's, in many ways, it's been what I expected. And I think it will also change once we go to sea, and there will come some medical personnel, and we will go to some islands and do different stuff. I think there'll probably be a bit more of that classic outreach. But I think so far it's been a lot of what I thought it would be. It's been a lot of that's basically just been a lot of work and getting it ready. It's been a lot of this preparation feel of preparing for an outreach. And I think that part is actually also super exciting. So in that way, I think it's lived up to my expectations a lot.
But hard work, eh? I can hear that.
Yes, a lot of hard work. It's a lot of practical hard work.
We stay in Jutland. That's your middle name, Markus.
Yes, that's what I love to do.
So you like to have hard work. You are brought up with that. It's really inspiring to hear, and I think it's really inspiring to see you, Markus, that you took this trip. One thing that I remember from before you went, even before starting your education, you had a goal with becoming a machine master. Is that what you call in English? Probably not. Engineer. Sorry, it's my bad English.
It's called a marine engineer in English.
Oh, that's good. Thank you, Markus. So your goal, like the big picture, even before you knew about going to the YWAM ships, as far as I record, you had a goal with that. Could you share a bit about that?
Yeah. I think going to school wasn't in a way, it wasn't like my priority or what I really wanted to do. But I felt like it was an opportunity that we had in Denmark to do for free, and I wanted to take advantage of that gift. But I didn't want it just to take an education, just to take it, just because it was something that I needed to do. I wanted it to matter, and I wanted to take one that I could use for something that I could see that I wanted to use for something in the missions field as well. Like I didn't want to, whatever I wanted to do or whatever education I took, I didn't want to separate it from what missions could be like. I wanted to integrate it into mission. And I think I tried to be really intentional with that, and I think that's also why I ended up here. But I didn't want when I stopped as a staff in YWAM Denmark, I didn't want it to be like, okay, that was a part of my life, and now I move on to the next part. Like I wanted to bring that on to wherever I went next. I wanted to bring that into my school. I wanted to bring it into my internship. I didn't want to see it just as a season of my life, and then I was a missionary for a time, or then I worked full time with that for a time. So I think that was my goal, was to kind of not to hold on to a part, but to bring that into what I was doing.
To really integrate like missions into your life, right?
Yeah. Yes.
And hearing you, Markus, it's kind of all Christians, all followers of Christ. Like, we are not supposed to separate it too much, I think. Like I pick up some stuff in a supermarket, and sometimes the guy coming with the truck and unloading has a pain and he complains, and then we can pray for him. And there's so many things that we can implement our faith and the lifestyle we live. And we need to be careful not to make it something we do in church or among people that kind of have the same values and ideas as we have, but that we really boldly understand that what we can offer and the authority that we have can just be so blessing to people around us if it's presented in the right way, with love, with care, with freedom. It's not to be better, it's just to offer the best that we received. So that's what I hear when I hear you share, Markus. It's like you have a desire to live a life where you serve in the purpose that God leads your road, and you want to keep your ways most open as possible. And you like this engineering, and you found something that you really. So maybe we need to consider if we should buy a boat. Then, Markus, how many years do you still have in your engineering?
3.5.
3.5. So we have some time. How much would a boat like Liberty cost?
Couple of millions, maybe?
Not many.
I don't know.
Okay, I think we need to save up a bit.
Yeah.
We have some canoes down in the river. Maybe you can be a machine master or machine engineer on some of them. That's probably more realistic for our case. But we will love you back because we really enjoy working with you. Yeah. So that's something.
Another question. How would you say this time you've been there now, how has that affected your faith? Like, you've gone studying now for a period of time since you left YWAM, or I guess since you stopped staffing. And then you went to school, and now you're out like in PNG, maybe among, like, I guess the people you're working with are Christians, but they're also from a different culture, have a different view on their faith. Like, how has your time there affected your faith and the connection to God?
That's a really good question. It's quite interesting to be here and to experience this culture, especially because when I just arrived, I was kind of the only European on board, or international for that matter. There was me and 2 African guys. And so we've been working with a lot of locals, and I think that has really shaped a lot of the meetings that we've had. So we have a fellowship meeting on Monday, and we have intercession on Wednesdays. And it's been really interesting to see how they do those things differently. And I think the thing that's made the most impact on me has been the intercession times. That are the people here has a really intense way of praying, which I really enjoy, because it's just so refreshing to get out of my Danish comfort and my Danish home, in the way of, like, you can probably recognize, the sitting and waiting for everyone to pray, and we take turns, and I kind of like that, but it's also refreshing to get out and see in a different way. So it's and just meeting so many locals. I've been to a lot of local churches as well, and it's just, I don't know, it's just refreshing to see a different way of how Christianity is here, and I think that's a faith as well.
We are online.
Sorry.
We're not laughing at you. I don't know what's happening. I think it must be just the environment. You know it, Markus. You have been here. Eh? You have been.
I do.
It's not easy.
I feel sorry for him.
Yeah. But it's so good to be here again.
Sure.
I don't know if we have any questions from anyone that's online, but it'll feel Feel free to ask questions if you have a question, and we'll try to make it go on.
Yes, please, if you have any questions, please feel free to write them here in the chat. We'll have Markus on for a couple more minutes.
And then we'll kick him out again.
And yeah, then we'll just round off and give a little teaser for the next time we'll meet. But please, if you have any questions, just write them in the chat and we'll try to answer them.
And I know everybody would love to hear us the whole night, but
I mean,
we have something to do after.
to.
We cannot stay here the whole night. So yeah, it's not just because you're popular. You cannot just continue. So we need to be a little strict on ourselves too. Yeah. Yes. So any questions, just shoot at us and at Markus in the verbal way. If not, we'll get ready. Should we say something about the next, and then we'll end with a video?
Yeah. No, we'll just give him.
We'll give a couple minutes. But you need to be quick if you want to ask a question. Otherwise, we'll find a really tricky one to end with. Let me see.
So many interesting questions, right? If you could ask your this is a good one. Markus, what do you think lies ahead? What after this? Like when you come back from your internship and after you end your school, like all this marine engineering you talked about, wanting to implement it into your life. What do you see for the path ahead of you, like later in life, and how will this time right now affect that?
Like what I'll do, or
I'm sure.
What I imagine.
Sure.
It's 4 o'clock in the morning. A question like this is hardcore, man. Come
on. A life question like this. I'm not really sure. I think I'll do something else. I don't know. Maybe I'll go back to this boat someday. But I think there'll be something else. I'm not too sure about it actually. My plan isn't so much further than getting home from here, to be honest, in one good piece.
You have a mother that's looking forward to that too, probably a dad too. Yes. But I just.
But I think I would say, I don't know. I think I'll say I'll still be looking for what I can do. I think I'll be looking for what the next thing would be where I can implement my skills or what I've learned from this.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure what opportunity would present, but I don't think I would be too shy of doing anything. I've thought about I've thought about working somehow with water in different areas, maybe in Africa, maybe somewhere else, that I think would be exciting to do. And would be, I don't know. I think there's just something. I don't know if you can say Christian, but there's something about that way of like giving water to someone. Water is so much life and so giving and so important in so many ways. And I think that would be very, that something like that maybe. But I have no clue what that will look like and what. I don't know if there's any organization that's like work with that in particular, or how that would look. But
maybe it's you who started, right?
Maybe.
Yeah. I think we are ready to roll on, but I just want to do a little commercial because I see online we have our friends from YWAM Sumba, Malawi online, and we remember this, Markus?
I do, yes.
I brought this for my son. We bought in Malawi. They are wonderful craftsmen, and they do this wonderful work with wood. And we found this with Noah's Ark with all the small animals inside. So that was just a little commercial for Malawi because we love our YWAM friends and family there. And we are for the nations. So that's really what we are about. Speaking about nations, we could give a little hint on the next nation that'll be on MMC.
Well, yes, we could.
Maybe we should say proper goodbye to Markus.
Yeah, let's do that first. Let's do this first. Markus, thank you so much for sharing about your internship and just the path you're on. It's so inspiring, and just hearing how you choose to really want to implement missions into your life, and how maybe choosing a little bit of a different path than from your classmates, and really going all in on missions, even though what some people might say you would be out of the missions field, but you really choose to just pursue this, and it's just so inspiring. So thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you, Markus. When you get to the end of your day, really tired because you're up here, just know that we are grateful that you did it for us and for everyone watching. So bless you. Have a wonderful day, and let's keep in touch, eh?
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. It's great being a part of.
If you feel like you can hang online if you want, but you can also have a little rest.
Yeah, try getting some sleep here before your workday starts, right?
Yeah. But have a good time. Bless you, man.
Yes, see you.
Then we will roll quickly on to the hints for the next.
Yes.
I will have one here going around your neck. That's one of the hints. So that's a hint. That's a hint on the nation. And you have another hint there, eh?
Well, this is not so much a hint as just...
It's a hint with a
what
wall
it
stang.
is.
How to say? Yeah.
Brazil!
Brazil! Yeah. So, next nation will actually be Brazil.
Yes.
And we are not being here together in the caravan.
you'll be on the other side of the screen.
I'll actually be in Brazil. So, what are we going to talk about next?
Next week, we're going to talk...
know it.
Yeah, well, you should know.
I should know,
because you're going there to talk with the guy.
We are connecting next week, or next month, the 28th of February. Eh?
28th of February.
Yeah, we are connecting with, we call him Uncle Pedro, and he's known at least in YWAM circles all over Brazil, probably South America. He's known of his huge heart to go to the needy, the poor, and to do evangelism in general. He has such a anointing to just come out with the love of Jesus to everyone. And one of the ministries him and his family, his wife, has been a part of for more than 20 years, or actually leading in the city Belo Horizonte, which is a city with 4.5 million people. It's a work among prostitutes, and they go into these brothels where they have 27 brothels with around 4,000 or 5,000 women working in them. And they go in and they share the love of Jesus. And we had the privilege 3 years ago to be a part of that with the DTS outreach. And for me, I've been living in Brazil for 18 years. I'm married to a Brazilian. And I have done a lot of mercy ministries in Brazil. But this, with the DTS outreach in prisons and in brothels, was really, really, I think, different and such life-giving somehow to see how these women respond to somebody that does love them as they are. So that's something that I'm looking forward to, because in 1 week from now, I'll be on the plane with my son, and we are going to meet up with my wife. Who's already in Brazil, and we are going to have holiday, but we are also going to, I am going to get involved with the local ministry there, Carnival, and we have the celebration of the Women, International Day of Women. I think it's the 11th, 12th of
a lot
March,
of fun things are happening,
We'll get to that. We need to see the video, but before the video, we need to say proper goodbye.
Yes, well, hang around for the last couple of 4 or 5 minutes. We'll say bye from us. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching.
This is Walter from Sweden, from Denmark.
And this is Ulrik from Denmark or Brazil.
And maybe we need to do a program on Sunday evening after Denmark won the World Cup in handball. No, maybe not. We shouldn't mix that.
Never mind.
Anyway,
thank you so much for watching. Please come and see us next month as well, as we speak about Brazil and sharing the love of Christ with the poor and needy. Hang around for 4 or 5 minutes, see the video.
And if you feel lonely in the caravan, you have the Markus's face you can put up.
Where we'll see who shows up next to me next time.
Oh, it's here. Then we can just get that here, and then you just talk with Markus. Is that working?
Sure.
Yeah,
sure.
Okay. Let's see the video. Have a blessed evening. Bye-bye.
You are worth it. You are beautiful. You are strong. You matter.
tráfico envolve tudo que deturpa a mente do ser humano. A agressão sobre a personalidade, sobre a identidade do ser humano. Quando alguém consegue te influenciar para te tirar do teu propósito, ele traficou a tua identidade.
Grading things that they've been told are not actually what's true about who they are. That they can create their own sense of identity.
Realize it. But it's there, waiting for you to reach out and take it.
All it takes is one person. Just one person to love you. That's all it takes.
And you can. And you should. And you will.